everyone and welcome to a baking video. I am so excited that I'm doing this. So today I'm going to be baking the Happy Birthday Harry cake that Hagrid gives Harry Potter in Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. I'm really excited about it. I've always kind of wanted to make food from films, but I've just never done it before. So today we're going to give it a go. Don't know what that was. So I have my ingredients here. It is a chocolate cake with pink and green buttercream on top. So I'm going to be making the buttercream later, but these are the ingredients for my cake. So we've got 200 grams of caster sugar. Apparently only 2 tablespoons of cocoa powder is needed, which seems crazy to me, but I'm gonna follow the recipe I'm following. 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 4 eggs, 200 grams of butter, and 200 grams of self-raising flour. Let's get cracking, shall we? That was unintentionally actually a pun, because the first thing I'm going to do is crack these eggs into a mug. So this is actually a little tip. I always crack my eggs into a mug and whisk them up a little bit before I put them in the recipe. I never crack them straight into the bowl. Okay. Oh no. Ooh. Oh yes, no shall. So then we mix these eggs up. Great, so our eggs are now prepared. Oh my god, okay, I'm really excited. I'm really excited to do this. Just want you to know that. So I have my mixing bowl. I also have my sieve. Right, let's get this butter and sugar into the bowl. So caster sugar in the bowl. Our butter I'm actually just going to cut up, because again, I did not prepare properly. Here's our butter. I have also left this butter out of the fridge for like a few hours so that it's a bit softer, because you do not want to be working with solid butter. Right, butter and sugar are in the mixing bowl. So most recipes say that you should put all of your ingredients into the bowl and then mix it. I disagree with that. As I said, I'm not a professional baker, but from my experience, I prefer to do the butter and sugar, mix those together first, and then afterwards you add in the other stuff. So I'm lucky, I actually have an electric whisk thing. So I'm gonna use it because I've made many cakes before investing in one of these with a wooden spoon, and you do not want to be doing that if you don't have to. So please talk amongst yourselves. So now we do bit of egg, bit of flour, bit of egg, bit of flour, and just keep mixing it. Again, some people will tell you to throw it all in at the same time. Maybe I'm just overly cautious. A lot of people who know me would say I'm definitely overcautious. Whatever. It's just the way I work. I'm gonna pour in a bit of egg. And then we mix that in. So that just makes it a bit more like liquidy, so that when we sieve some of our flour in, like we are about to do now, it just doesn't make the mixture as like thick and stiff. Sieve in that flour, and then again mix this in. Okay, and then we're just going to repeat this step over and over again. God, I love cake mix. I love cake mix. I actually watched a few baking videos on YouTube to prepare myself for making this video, and no one licks the bowl, and like I'm starting to question if everyone's human or not, because licking the bowl is part of the process. Anyway, we'll get onto that when the cake mix is in the cake tin, but I just wanted to get my excuses in early. I will be licking the bowl. All the egg and all the flour is now in here, and I just need to add the final ingredients to the mix. So sieve those in. I really don't know how I haven't done bake off yet with this technique. feel like no one else would stand a chance. So, the mix is done, which means it's time for the mandatory taste test. So, I'm just gonna literally don't judge me. The only person who's gonna be eating this apart from me is my sister and my boyfriend, and neither of them will object to this, so... Okay. I mean, it's delicious. It's just not very chocolatey. Okay. I mean, I'm going to stick with it because I like following rules and I don't like going off book. So, just going to stick with the recipe. But I would say that could definitely be chocolatier. So now it's time to put it in the cake tin. How exciting. Just realised I haven't preheated the oven. I'm going to work my magic, and when we come back in a few seconds, this will be tidy, I'll have my cake tin, the oven will be preheating, and all will be fine. We're back. So I have my cake mix, my cake tin, and some butter to grease the tin. So, we have our cake mix, here it is, delicious. So, that needs to go into this tin. I think technically it should go into 2 tins, but I'll be honest with you, I don't have 2 tins, I only have 1. So I have some spare butter here. This is how my mum used to do it, which is why I do it this way. You get some kitchen roll and you just literally like get a bit of butter in your kitchen roll, like so. Do you see it? Probably not, whatever. And then you just literally go all over the cake tin with your buttery kitchen roll. And then I never used to actually use baking paper. My parents never used to use it. But this recipe says to put baking paper only on the bottom of the tin. So I've cut it into a circle-ish, which is about the shape of the tin, the size of the tin. And now I'm just going to stick it on the butter that we've put on the bottom of the tin. And kind of hope for the best. So put a bit of the mix into the tin and then just kind of like spread it out to the edges. The good thing about this recipe is that obviously it's supposed to look like Hagrid has sat on it on the way to seeing Harry on his 11th birthday. So at least if it looks like Hagrid sat on it, that's a good thing. I've put half of the cake mix in there. I'm really not feeling positive at this point. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to whack that in the oven. So, welcome to my oven. Here is our cake. Ta-da! Ta-da! And let's pop it in the oven. There it is. So now we have 20 minutes. I just had to let you know I feel a little bit like Aunt Petunia. I have a pink drink with a strawberry on the side and I'm in my little apron. I feel a little bit like Aunt Petunia and I just thought I would let you know. Okay, so the first cake is out of the oven. So I'm going to get it out of the tin and we'll see how it looks. So here it is. I think if anything, it's slightly burnt, but like it's chocolate cake so you can't really tell, you know. So let's pop this out. I really don't know how I'm going to do this. Okay. Okay. Oh, jeez. There it is. Our little baby cake. It's like a little mountain. It's risen quite a lot in the middle. So then I'm going to leave that on a little wire rack thing to cool and put the other mix in the oven. So I'll see you in another 20 minutes-ish. Okay, welcome back. The cakes are now well and truly cooled, which is great news. They look pretty good, I think. They're both quite like coned. So I might skim the top off of both of them so that they're just a bit more flat. So I have a fresh mixing bowl. I've cleaned my whisks, so they're ready to go. So I now have 100 grams of butter, 200 grams of icing sugar. So this buttercream is going to go in the middle of the cake. so between the 2 layers. And then if there's enough, we'll also go on the top. So I'm going to make this pink. So there will be pink icing / buttercream in the middle of the cake as well as on the top of the cake to make the base for the Happy Birthday Harry writing. I've got some pink food colouring, which hopefully will work and make it a nice pink colour. Whew, okay. We have some buttercream. I think it's probably only going to be enough to cover the middle of the cake. But let's make it pink anyway, just for the fun of it. So I've done 4 drops and we'll see what kind of colour this turns. Now it's time to stick our cakes together. Oh God, this makes me so nervous. Okay. It's okay, it's okay, it's okay, because if it looks rubbish, it's just because Hagrid sat on it. Okay. Okay, so I've chopped some of the cake off of one of them, which again comes in handy because you can eat it. I mean, that's much more flat than it was, so let's go with that. And that can be our base. Okay. Yep, that cake is good. Okay, so I've put my cake on a plate and I've got me a palette knife. So I'm literally just gonna dollop that on there. Start kind of spreading it about a wee bit. Here is the bottom half of the cake, covered it in buttercream. Is it enough buttercream, I hear you ask? I do not know. I truly don't. I'm gonna add some on for good measure. Then we can put our top onto said cake. So I am gonna chop some of this top layer off, which probably should have done before putting it on top of the other layer. But that's fine because Hagrid sat on it, so it doesn't need to look good, which is what I'm gonna keep telling myself. So it currently looks awful. Look at those holes. I've seen better cakes in my time, that's for sure. So I've grabbed my red food colouring to see if I can make the pink any more like bright. It's quite a nice pastel pink at the minute, which is all well and good, but it is not like the film. And at the end of the day, that's what we're here for. So we need some more ingredients because we don't have enough. I'm gonna add a bit more butter. I'm currently guessing how much of these things to put in. While we're here, let me know if there's any food from films that you've always wanted to try, because I feel like there's always stuff that I wish I could have had as a kid, like the imaginary food from Hook is my main one. I don't know why. I think maybe just their reactions to eating it just made me want to eat it myself. Okay, so this icing doesn't taste like the greatest, but I think I'm about there. Now this needs to go all over the top of the cake. So we can just start dolloping it on. Plop this on. This is so messy, which is fine. I reckon that is pretty much about there for the pink base. So I'm now gonna go and make some green icing / buttercream. I need to figure out which one. And then I'll be back with you. Okay, so I have got some green icing in a piping bag. It's not the greenest green, but it's the best I can do. I've also written Happy Birthday Harry on a bit of baking paper to try and figure out how to get the letters to all fit together. But I'm still not really sure how to get them all to fit on the cake. So I think what I might do is kind of like slightly carve them into the cake with a little spoon so that I can then just kind of trace over them with the green icing. Let's start in the middle. P. So then the A will be over here. Oh my god. It looks really good, it looks really good, it looks really good, it looks really good. Happy birthday, Harry. So I have a piping bag and I didn't have a nozzle small enough, so I've literally just cut a hole in the end of the piping bag, and I'm hoping that the icing consistency and the size of the hole is gonna make this okay. Okay, let's do this thing. Oh my god, 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 oh my god. One letter down, however many left to go. Okay, Happee is done. It could definitely have looked better, but it also could have looked worse, and I'm going to hold on to that feeling. Oh my god, I can't even tell you how stressful this is. Okay, just Harry to go. Confidence. Confidence is key. What would Harry Potter do? Oh no. Oh, jeez. Are we ready for the final? Oh my god, the pressure. Okay. And then we just need the big old tail of the Y. Oh no. Oh, god dang it. I think I did it. I think I did it. Happy birthday, Harry. Oh my god, I've done it. I think I'm actually quite impressed with myself. I think it looks quite good. It could be better. It could be more of a greeny green. And it could probably be a deeper line. Maybe I might try and make it deeper actually. Let me know in the comments what you think of my cake. Let me know if you think it was good. Would Hagrid have been happy with my recreation of his cake? I really hope you enjoyed this video. I have enjoyed making it so much. I have been working on this for approximately 4 hours now, I think it's taken me. I'm so happy this has worked out. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe for more content with a magical theme, and let me know what you would like to see me make next. I will see you again with a new video very soon. Bye. It has been approximately 30 seconds since I turned the camera off, and this has happened. There's the rest of the icing on my phone, which has been dropped into the cake.